Colorado.
Happy Tuesday, July 19th. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot. We have an exciting show for you in store. Mark is joining us out in the river community to talk about all things fly fishing and exciting opportunities that we have here on the show. We'll be talking to Triumph Mountain Properties about their exclusive vacation rental selection, Abby Dog Whisky, what they have going on, and then, as always, much more here on Good Morning Vail. So Good Morning Vail starts now.
So many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
This morning, which is just to the west of the town of Edwards, about 15 minutes from the TV8 studios. And for our weather today, once again, there's really no moisture in sight as of today, but things are going to shift over the next few days. Today, though, for Tuesday, we're going to see starting temperatures in Vail around 64 degrees. That's what we're going to find to start out. We'll see a high in Vail of about 85 degrees by midday. So we're going to see, once again, a dramatic warm-up. We'll have a 10% chance of maybe a passing shower, but once again, mostly sunny skies for us. As we look at your Vail by the hour forecast, 64 at 8 o'clock, we'll see close to 80 at noon. We'll see 80 degrees at 4. Midday, between 12 and 4 will be the high temperature of the day with a high of 85. Partly cloudy skies around 4, mostly cloudy, and 75 degrees at 8 o'clock tonight. Denver temperatures, a few degrees cooler than yesterday. We're seeing a high of 95 with a 20% chance of moisture in Denver today. For Vail, 85. For Avon, 88. In Eagle, 92. And all around Eagle County, a slight chance, a 10% chance of maybe a passing shower, but mostly sunny skies for us once again. This evening, 55 for a low temperature in Vail with a 20% chance of maybe some moisture, mostly cloudy skies, and that sun setting at 8:32. So once again, starting to get a little bit earlier. And then jumping ahead, we like the looks of our Wednesday and Thursday. We have a high of 81 for Vail on Wednesday with a 50% chance of those afternoon thunderstorms. For Thursday, 81 degrees with another 50% chance of maybe some afternoon thunderstorms. And then for Thursday, once again, 81, Friday, 80 degrees, 20% chance, mostly sunny skies. 82 for Saturday, 85 for Sunday. So it looks like our best chance for some moisture is coming our way Wednesday and Thursday of this week. We'll keep our fingers crossed. We could use a little bit of moisture to kind of cool things off a little bit, settle down what's going out there in the woods right now. We got to kind of get a little bit of moisture in the air. So keeping our fingers crossed with a little bit of moisture. Once again, a nice day for us. Let's look at your weather. We're taking a quick break, and then we'll go back to the studio. Kim's going to introduce you to Triumph Mountain Properties. We'll be right back.
Here at Sun & Ski Sports, we are all about having the best summer adventures. Our full-service bike shop is here to help you get back on the saddle with services ranging from simple tire changes, full bike overhauls, and rentals. If trail running, hiking, or trips to the lake are your thing, our expert staff will fit you in the best performing footwear or clothing. And don't forget about a relaxing day on the water with our stand-up paddleboard rentals. Call Sun & Ski Sports in Avon or Dillon today, or learn more at sunandski.com/CO.
Hi, it's Julio from TV8 Vail. Do you ever wonder why our tagline is "There's more for you on 92"? Because we're always bringing you more. More Good Morning Vail from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. all year long. More local coverage with Vail Vibes and Covered Bridge on TV8. More opportunities to participate with new roundtable panels on mountain perspectives and our new Spanish programming block coming this fall. Find us on Comcast Xfinity Channel 92, on YouTube, or our website at tv8vail.com.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Good morning, Vail.
Thank you, Mark, for that wonderful weather update. Let's hope we get some of that rain, as we very much need it here in the Valley. But speaking of the Valley, we love all of the beautiful exclusive real estate and property that we have here. Joining us in this next segment will be Mike Connolly, General Manager of the Triumph Mountain Properties, and all of the exclusive rental real estate selection that they have available. Let's have a watch.
I am here with Mike Connolly and Aaron Ridgely of Triumph Mountain Properties, and we are thrilled to be bringing you the exquisite nature of what they have to offer all of us in the Vail Valley and the visitors as well. But before we get into Triumph, I'd love for the two of you to share with the visitors a little bit about why you're here in Vail, how long you've been here, and what keeps you here.
I've been here for 24 years. Moved here the week after the people burned down 2 elk and all that stuff. And I've been running this business for 23 of those 24 years, raised 2 kids here. I mean, if you look around, there's not very many other places that are as beautiful to live. And I spent a lot of my professional life before that living and working in big cities. So I think this is just fabulous place in the world to live.
Well, and Mike, you truly represent people that have lived there for the longevity, especially since your kids have grown up here. I think that's fabulous. And I know that that is a huge differentiating factor in what you have to offer the public with Triumph. So thank you for sharing that with us. Aaron, your story is just a little bit different, but please share about the time you've been at Vail and what you've done here.
Thank you. I've been here for 7 years. The Valley is incredible. I've been in hospitality for my whole adult life and worked with the Ritz-Carlton Club and Residences. And I took care of owners, private owners that own there, and I love the Valley. I have made great relationships here, and the people and also the visitors. I've had long-term guests that I've had since I started working here in Vail.
Wow, and I would imagine with your tenure at the Ritz being the concierge for the residences that you know everything there is to do and be done here in the Valley as well, right?
I know a lot that goes on here and some special things as well, but there's great vendors here, and I pride myself on the relationships that I have in the Valley with vendors and the great restaurants and all of the excursions that is offered year-round here in Vail. So yes, I do. I love it, and really happy to take care of guests.
Oh, I love hearing that, and I can't wait because we're going to dig into a little bit about your knowledge and helping with guests. But Mike, it's my understanding that you recently launched an ultra luxury collection at Triumph. Would you please tell our viewers all about it?
Yeah, we took we actually took a subset of the properties that we already are privileged to manage, and it kind of the catalyst for this was being able to take on the Opus and Ethos properties that we'll talk about, but it was also driven by the ability to have someone the caliber of Aaron on staff to be able to provide a higher level of service to the guests of those properties. So these are magnificent homes, right? We're sitting in one. And what we wanted to do was differentiate them by saying, not only can you get to stay in this great home, but you can get this outstanding service that puts it as close to being inside of a 5-star hotel as possible, but you're still living and spending time in a private residence. So it was born out of my experiences of chalet ski trips in Europe when I lived and worked in Europe. I've always wanted to do it here. it's just taken me the right amount of time to pull the properties together and then bring the staff along that can provide that service. And we're super excited about how it's gone this winter.
Please tell our viewers about these ski chalet trips that you took in Europe and where that basis comes from.
So I was fortunate enough to spend a few years living and working in the UK, and I had the opportunity to take trips to St. Anton in Austria, Zermatt and Saas-Fee in Switzerland, the Three Valleys in France. And on most of those trips, we rented a chalet that came with a full staff. So you had, in those instances, you had breakfast, lunch, and dinner was done for you on site. Fabulous accommodations, and just the sense that everything was taken care of for you when you were there, right? I mean, almost to the point where you felt sometimes like someone was reading your mind, right? That I'd
anticipatory.
Yes, you know, like I'm thirsty, and the next thing you knew, there were bottles of water all over the place, right? I mean, it's that kind of thing. One of the owners of one of these properties that we've put into the group, his similar experience, and the reason we connected on it was the experience you have when you rent one of those amazing yachts, like in Mediterranean or elsewhere, where it's small, it's intimate, and the staff has spent time getting to know you before you come, and everything is set up for you to have a great time without having to do a lot of work yourself.
What an extraordinary concept. First of all, sign me up for one of your homes. But you're emulating this, and my assumption is that it really is not something that's offered in the Valley. You are the first to do that.
Yeah, I think there are other opportunities to do it. I think it's just not well known that you can put these kinds of experiences together. And that, as Triumph Mountain Properties, we have always had this sort of ethos, for want of a better word, about being close to our guests and trying to provide them with the best experience they can have no matter what property they stay in. So this is kind of taking that to the next level, and possible really because we have someone like Erin who has the breadth of experience that she does and the sort of great mindset to understand how to make this work for guests when they're in house.
So, Erin, tell me a little bit about your role within Triumph and the Apex Collection, which actually, please tell me what the Apex Collection is. I don't think we've talked about that yet.
Yeah, it was, back to me not being the most creative person in the world. I had a lot of help with that. And we were looking for a term that sort of signified being at the top. And eventually that's how we wound up at Apex. There were a few others in sort of process of elimination. We felt that was really the one that resonated with all of us the most. And again, it is, if you are at the apex of something, you are at the top of it, and that's what we want to be with this collection is at the top of our game, at the top of the service level provided to guests who come and stay in the Valley.
Which leads into your role, Erin. Tell us all about it. How exciting.
Absolutely. It's wonderful. We have guests that come in, and I take them through the pre-planning of their vacation to when they're actually here in Vail and their departure. So I have met wonderful people that want an experience, and so that is what they get with Apex. They get a full experience from skiing to lessons, to private chefs, excursions, and all are planned. And we have our house, all the houses are stocked. We have basic alcohol. We also have treats. A great partner of ours is the Grazing Fox with Pamela Davis, and so she does wonderful charcuterie boards for when a guest arrives after a long day of travel. They're able to relax and enjoy their family.
And we will get into some of the specifics that you can also offer your guests. But Mike, can you briefly just tell us about what is the collection? My understanding, it's 5 homes.
Yep. It is it is 5, although maybe you might say it's technically 4 since one of them is kind of 2.
And we'll get into the specifics of them shortly.
But we have 2 in Vail,
Yeah.
and we have 2 in Beaver Creek.
Okay.
And they are, in all instances, they are large homes. They sleep 10 or more people. They are, with the exception of perhaps one, they are all single-family homes.
Okay.
However, even that one lives like a single-family home, so you don't feel like you're sharing space with anybody else. And they're all just high-quality furnishings, finishes, fixtures. That's the basic criteria.
And with that as a great way for us to pause, we need to take a quick station break. So stick with us at Good Day Vail and come back, because we are going to walk you through these exquisite homes. I almost look at it as Colorado's most exquisite homes, which is the new Netflix TV show that is out there. So stay tuned, because we're going to walk you through all the homes, and I can't wait for you to see them. So we'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Hello everyone, I'd like to welcome you into Rugs Benedict to come explore our 12,000 square foot showroom. We've been serving the Vail Valley for over 50 years now with flooring needs. And we inventory a ton of product from Carpet One to provide the very best values, highest style. We just built a warehouse, 15,000 square foot warehouse in gypsum. So we have over 120 different broadloom carpets. We have a lot of waterproof wood flooring, things that we can install right away. We have employee installers, a lifetime installation warranty. Many of them have been with us for decades, and they're true craftsmen in their work. They're absolutely extraordinary at installing any of the flooring that we provide. We also have over 1,000 area rugs in stock right now, and they start at 2x3s. I could bring these into the studio today, but they go all the way up to 12x16s, and we have them hanging on the racks just like shopping for clothing. So it's very easy for you to just flip through, see what's available. We'll deliver them to your house so you can check out how they look in your space with your lighting. All different sizes, all different shapes, some things that are going to be a little bit more contemporary, as well as tribal, traditional, all the latest and greatest looks. We have things that are hand knotted, silk, woolen silk options, all the way down to some machine-made indoor-outdoor type rugs. So really anything that you're looking for your business, for your home, for a rental, Rugs Benedict can provide it. And one thing I consistently hear when people leave our showroom is, that was so easy, thank you so much. So we make the process very easy. Come in, take a look, and we'd love to offer you a free estimate. Look forward to seeing you in our showroom.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Thank you for watching Good Morning Vail. Have an amazing day. Get on out there, soak up that sunshine. We'll see you tomorrow right here for more Good Morning Vail. Bye, everyone. Hi, I'm Gretchen Bleshaw. You might recognize me from the Glitz and Glam with Gretchen. Maybe you hear my voice on the radio from time to time, or see me out at a concert or two. I love concerts. If you see me out, the long mermaid hair, I'm almost 6 foot tall. It's hard to miss. Come and say hi, give me a high five, and make sure to watch me right here on TV8.
Good morning, Vail. 'Cause 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 'c
Hey everybody, welcome back to Good Morning Vail, our Tuesday edition. I'm down here on the Eagle River. We're starting to see the sun right in front of us here make its way up and over the hillside. A few high clouds first thing this morning. A lot of bugs in the sky. We'll talk about that in just a minute because that's a really good sign of things to come for this next fly fishing report. But let's look at your weather for the day. We're going to see high temperatures for Vail, about 85 degrees later on this afternoon. We'll see for where I'm down here in Avon and in Edwards, we'll see a high of 88. 64 to start first thing this morning. 10% chance of moisture coming your way around Vail and around Eagle County later this afternoon, but not much, just more some cloud cover moving on in, setting the stage for our next small little low pressure system coming into Eagle County over the next few days. Vail by the hour, we're going to see 80 degrees around 4 p.m. today. That high temperature coming right before that, about 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon, 85 for the high temperature in Vail. 95 today down in Denver, so another warm day along the Front Range. They're going to have a 20% chance of some moisture. For Vail, 85, Avon 88, and Eagle with a high of 92, 10%. And some cloud cover this afternoon for Eagle County. This evening, sun setting at 8:32. We'll have a 20% chance of moisture maybe tonight. Cloudy skies with a low of 55 degrees. And then for Wednesday, a 50% chance of afternoon thunderstorms with a high of 81. For Thursday, a 50% chance of thunderstorms with a high of 81 also. And then 80 for Friday with about a 20% chance of moisture. So the system passing on through pretty quickly. And then we have a slight percentage as we make our way into Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with a high of 82 for Saturday, a high of 85 for Sunday, and mostly sunny skies. But the next few days, looking good, shaping up to have a little bit of moisture in the forecast, and we will take that kindly. All right, that's a look at your weather. I got your fly fishing report coming up next, so let's take a look at what's happening on the river. I've got some fly fishing action coming your way with your fly fishing report. All right, everybody, let's take a look at what's happening out here on the river right now. As you can see, river levels have dropped. Let's take a look at that graph for the Eagle River to start first thing this morning. And you can see the flows around Avon hovering between 400 and 500. Dramatic drop. We need to have some rain coming our way to extend what's happening on the rivers, how we've had such an amazing spring and early summer. And as you can see, let's go back on camera. And I don't know if you can make it out, but we got bugs flying around in the sky everywhere. They're all little midges, but there's bugs everywhere. And that's a good sign. That means water temperatures are more manageable and more exciting for the trout to start coming up and eating bugs on the surface, is what we all like to do with fly fishing. Let's make my way over here to there's a squirrel with a mushroom in his mouth. Hello, Mr. Squirrel. It's my little workstation to share with you what's happening today and what you're going to use if you go and fish. All right. So, in general, everybody right now, up to now, has been fishing most of the time with a strike indicator or a bobber and fishing bugs that sink down below that. Bugs like Frenchies and these little pheasant tails, stuff like that with a bead and some weight. All right, just because the water temperatures have been cold and there has not been a lot of action further up in the water column, but now that these water levels have dropped and the water temperatures have warmed up, we're seeing a lot more surface bugs, a lot more insects hatching, a lot of caddisflies, a lot of mayflies, a lot of stoneflies, and once again we're starting to see hopper action out there. So you can start shifting gears a little bit and focusing more on the top 2/3 of the water column where more of the action is starting to happen, especially midday when it gets really warm. So what we're starting to use more of now, because we're seeing a lot of, are going to be caddis. So what I've got here, I've got a black elk-hair caddis, a gray elk-hair caddis. This is a yellow foam body caddis. This one right here works really well. It also doubles as an imitation for, let's say, a stonefly, which is a yellow Sally stonefly, which is another predominant bug that the fish are feeding on daily right now. Other action bugs you can use, here's a smaller version of that yellow Sally. Over here, this is a PMD, which is a mayfly, a pale morning dun. We see those in the evening time also. They're still called pale morning duns, but they come out in the evening, so we call them pale evening duns. All right, so these surface bugs are spectacular. Hoppers, you can start using hoppers. This is a variation of a hopper. Here's another version of a small little green hopper with some elk hair on top of it. Now, these bugs are made of foam. They're going to float really well. So if you want to get riggy, you can do like a hopper dropper. On my rod right now, I don't know if you can see this, but I've set up a hopper to start, which is right there. And then behind that, I dropped a little soft hackle yellow Sally with a small bead to let it sink a little bit. So hopper droppers, hopper with one of these smaller bugs below it. This is a caddis, soft hackle with a bead. This right here is a small PMD. Then we have a little quill body PMD. These are both going to double once again as yellow Sallies or as the caddis. What I'm trying to allude to is that right now the fishing is all over the board. You can sink and you can use the weight, or you can go ahead and use the hoppers and the droppers or just the straight up dry flies. If you're fishing with the dry flies, make sure you treat your dry flies with the waterproofing agent before they get wet. Once the flies get wet, you can put them in the powder and shake it off and pull all the moisture out of it. But it's just a great time to be out here on the river fishing. A lot of action happening throughout the daytime. If you want to go on a trip, give us a call, Minturn Anglers, 970-827-9500. All right, that's your fly fishing report. When we come back, we're going to introduce you to 3 local guys that are directing a lot of focus towards the wonderful Abbey dogs that we have that are part of the Vail and Beaver Creek Ski Patrol, and a fundraiser for them and some whiskey to sip. It's called Abbey Dog. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Bienvenidos a lo mejor de la semana, yo soy Julio García y te estaré compartiendo los mejores eventos y actividades para disfrutar en familia aquí en nuestro hermoso valle. Comenzamos este lunes 17 de julio en el Avon Elementary School. El camión Mira estará ayudando con inscripciones de Medicaid, SNAP o los beneficios de comida, y además estarán ofreciendo exámenes de salud, todo esto de 9:30 de la mañana a 4 de la tarde ahí en la escuela primaria de Avon. Este martes 18 de julio continúa la serie de conciertos gratuitos Hot Summer Nights en el anfiteatro de Gerald Ford en Vail. Las puertas abren a las 5:30 y a las 6:30 arranca la música con la banda The Dip, así que no se lo pueden perder. Y algo que quizás no sabías es que Mountain Youth está ofreciendo transporte gratuito a los conciertos a través de Eco Transit. Lo único que tienes que hacer es visitar la página web e imprimir tus boletos. Necesitas uno de ida y uno de venida y ahí tendrás tu transporte completamente gratis. Este miércoles 19 de julio la Biblioteca Pública de Gypsum nos ofrece su evento Cuéntame un cuento a partir de las 6 de la tarde. Un evento gratuito donde se recomienda el uso de pijamas para disfrutar de los cuentos y actividades al anochecer. Así que no se lo pueden perder en la Biblioteca de Gypsum. Este jueves 20 de julio se estará ofreciendo un concierto gratuito en el Eagle Town Park a partir de las 6:30 de la tarde. Se estarán presentando los Mocochetes, una banda de Denver con raíces mexicanas que traen todo el ritmo y toda la diversión. Así que no se lo pueden perder este jueves 20 de julio. Y este viernes 21 de julio el pueblo de Avon nos vuelve a ofrecer una película gratuita al aire libre. Se estará mostrando la película de Frozen 2 alrededor de las 8:15 de la tarde. Ya saben, traigan sus sillas, cobijas y palomitas para disfrutar de esta película en el parque. Y entrando al fin de semana, este sábado 22 de julio te presentamos una fiesta de baile gratuita en Beaver Creek de 4 a 6 de la tarde con música en vivo y clase de baile. Los ritmos van desde música country hasta música swing, así que si lo tuyo es mover el cuerpo, no te puedes perder de este evento este sábado. Y para concluir la semana, si estás buscando un poquito más de adrenalina o simplemente salir al aire libre, este domingo 23 de julio, EVOM nos ofrece una escalada al aire libre de 10 de la mañana a 2 de la tarde en Camp Hell en Leadville. El costo es de $5 por persona, pero cuentan con transporte gratis desde Avon, así que visita su página web para registrarte antes de que se llenen los espacios. Y ahí lo tienen, familia. Espero que disfruten muchísimo de todos los eventos que tenemos aquí en nuestro valle esta semana. Yo soy Julio García y los veré aquí en la próxima edición de Lo Mejor de la Semana.
Join us in exploring the everyday lives of community members here in the Vail Valley. Hear their inspiring stories of how they came here, their contributions to our community, and why they chose to call this place home. We want you to be one of our neighbors. If you would like to be featured or nominate someone to be featured, please send an email to danielle@tv8vail.com. We look forward to featuring your story right here on TV8.
Good morning, Vail.
All right, as I organize my fly box, like I told you before the break, we're going to introduce you to a group of young guys. We got Mike Kang, we have Mongo, Chris Reeder, who is actually the director now of the Vail Ski Patrol, and Henry, who was his Abbey Golden Retriever for quite a while. He was the original Abbey dog, passed away a couple years ago. And the guys really wanted to show some love to our Abbey dogs, and at the same time create an experience for everybody that is centered around the Abbey dogs and sipping on some whiskey. So these guys started a spirits company called Abbey Dog, and it really is a wonderful story. And they had a chance to catch up with them in the studio just recently to find out more. Let's take a listen, hear more about Abbey Dog.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. We are now joined on the couch by Ryan from 10th Mountain Whiskey and the founders of Abbey Dog, a new whiskey product for us. Would you guys introduce yourselves for us?
My name is Chris Mongo Reeder, and I'm the director of Vail Ski Patrol and a co-founder of Abbey Dog.
My name is Mike Kang. I'm also a co-founder of Abbey Dog and a longtime friend of Chris's and Ryan's.
Great. So tell us a little bit about the history behind the Abbey Dog brand and kind of what you guys are doing with this new product.
Sure. On Ski Patrol, we're always kind of looking for new ways to fundraise and benefit our local community and ways to give back. And that's kind of the foundation of where Abbey Dog came from. Pairing our Abbey Dog program and the success with those dogs and the popularity of those dogs into efforts to be able to support that. It turns into T-shirt sales and hat sales and exposure through different media outlets and appearances and things like that. The actual Abbey Dog brand of bourbon was originally thought up as a wine brand and a partnership with a vineyard, and they did a run of what was wine, and we were able to raise a bunch of money, so that kind of got the wheels turning. And we're not really wine guys, so at the time we decided that maybe along the lines of someday another opportunity might come around with something that we're a little bit more aligned with, like a bourbon.
Well, and how did 10th Mountain Whiskey get involved?
You know, through the process of trying to find a partner in the bourbon industry, we were overlooking the obvious, I would say, for a little while. And during COVID, it was a tough struggle to try to find suppliers of bourbon. It's in high demand, and especially during COVID, it was pretty hard to come by. And so I think that we were guilty of looking beyond what was now obvious. Once we started to look locally, and we were put in touch with Ryan from a friend, it seemed like a perfect relationship, and it kind of grew from there.
Well, and 10th Mountain Whiskey's got quite a history of working with nonprofits throughout the valley, especially in the first responder and veteran space. Yeah. And so to mention, it's a natural partnership for you guys.
Yeah, it's a natural partnership in a number of ways. Vail Mountain being founded by a 10th Mountain vet, Henry being the first Abbey rescue dog on Vail Mountain, being a service dog himself. When Mongo and Kanger came to me and told me about the project they were thinking about doing and pursuing, it was an immediate yes. I was excited about it. It checked all the right boxes for us, and so not only is it a fun brand and a fun reason to start doing some business with these guys, but also their philanthropic efforts as well that they're focused on really resonates with us too. So.
And is there a particular program right now that the proceeds from this run of whiskey is going towards?
Do you want to name off a few?
Kanger, why don't you?
Sure.
Yeah.
Right now we're benefiting Vail Avalanche Rescue Dogs, obviously, and then CRAD, which is Colorado Rapid Avalanche Deployment, and that's when they fly the dogs around into AVI zones in helicopters. And then the national foundation that we've identified is Canines for Warriors, and that's when they rescue or rescue dogs from high-kill rescue shelters. I believe 80% of the dogs are from high-kill rescue shelters, and then they donate them to vets that are affected by PTSD, traumatic brain injuries. So they're essentially trying to save 2 lives. So.
Fantastic. So with these 2 particular bottles here, there's a little bit of a difference. And why don't you guys tell us something about the specific whiskeys in here?
For sure. Well, Kind of the unique thing about these bottles of whiskey is this was the first bottle of whiskey, I believe, that was actually a barrel selection by a dog. Henry himself, he's not with us anymore, but last summer we went for a barrel selection process at 10th Mountain, and Henry was with us, and we narrowed the selection down to 2 barrels, and then we set the 2 barrels out and had a bowl of whiskey in front of each of them, and I kind of taught Henry what the game was going to be, and then we did a best 2 out of 3, and Henry actually selected the first barrel of whiskey to go into the Avi Dog bottle. And so that's kind of a unique story between the two. So there's 2 different versions. There's one that's straight out of the barrel, and that is the Barrel Select at 115 proof. That's bottled at right now. And then there's also an 80 proof version of the same thing.
Well, fantastic. And so with the 80 proof version and the higher proof, you guys have, was one of them aged a little bit longer than the other one?
No, they're both aged 2 years in the barrel.
Fantastic. What gives this one the darker color here?
It's a... What do you want to answer?
The smile on your face.
The darker color, it's a great question, right? And it's something that people notice straight off the bat. And so the darker color is 115 proof, and then we use a reverse osmosis water to proof down the same exact whiskey, but down to 80 proof, so it might be a little more approachable to some novice whiskey drinkers that still want to partake and be part of the brand and enjoy our whiskey, but maybe don't gravitate towards the higher proof 115. So that's the difference in the color and the darkness.
Plus, you can enjoy it for a little bit longer.
You can enjoy it a little bit longer as well, yeah.
So I've been down to your facility there in Gypsum, and it's absolutely gorgeous. You want to tell us a little bit about your process and how you guys are developing these whiskeys? And
well, first of all, thank you. I appreciate that. And so our distillery is in Gypsum. It's a 7,000 square foot facility. We have a tasting room there. It's open 6 days a week. We use a 500-gallon batch system. So all the whiskey that comes out of our location is a 500-gallon batch system. We have a 500-gallon combination pot column still. And we do everything by hand there, from the whole cooking, fermentation, distillation process to bottling and labeling. These guys have come down and helped us do some bottling and labeling on the Avi Dog brand. And so we're open to tours 6 days a week, and open to the public to come join us and hang out and check out our process. So
fantastic. And so let's go back to the Avi Dogs a little bit. I know that Vail Mountain has definitely really been kind of promoting their Avi Dog program a lot more in recent years, and with Henry being the original Avi Dog, so tell us a little bit about Henry.
Well, Henry was our first. We already said that. That was how we developed the program, and I pitched it originally with Henry, and it was accepted, and so it was a fun process of figuring it out as we went. You know, there was a lot of background and legwork that I did beforehand, going to different dog seminars and things like that, and tapping into as many training resources as I could find, but then actually figuring out the program is kind of more of a boots on the ground, and figuring out what parts of the program cater best to whatever your operation is. And at Vail, a lot of our operation, it's unfortunate that Avi Dogs don't have a higher success rate when you're looking for something, when you're looking for someone that's in need of that kind of assistance. You know, it's a much more useful tool to be able to use our Avi Dogs on the front end educationally, and we use them a lot in that purpose. So the Avi Dogs create an approachability with patrol and a connection that, especially with our local schools and stuff, allows us to be able to get in front of these kids and have that audience and have a little bit better engagement with them. And to be honest, that is the most beneficial side of having our Avalanche Rescue Dog program, is the educational side. Anybody that is going into the backcountry to participate with a plan, with their plan being that we have Avalanche Rescue Dogs available up top if something happens, that's not a good plan going into the backcountry. Just a simple side effect of the geography of where accidents happen, and the reality that live finds in avalanche terrain happen within 15 minutes. and that window is your partner. It's not a phone call to a professional rescue agency that goes through a number of dispatchers and then a helicopter is sent to pick up the resource and flown out there. That's unfortunately not a successful plan most of the time.
And sometimes it can take 15 minutes just to get your ski boots on.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's kind of the foundation of our avalanche rescue dog program and kind of how it's transitioned over the years. And we're at 6 dogs now. We have 2 new pups, and there's another one on the way. And so it's an ongoing evolution.
Fantastic. And I mean, I'm sure you know better than I, but I would imagine that on Vail Mountain, burials aren't a terribly huge concern. I mean, I know people get tree welled occasionally, but inbound slides hardly ever happen in terrain where people are. So I would imagine you guys get a lot more work with the dogs, partnering with CRAD.
Absolutely. And that brings up a common misconception too, is that that there is some sort of ski patrol presence in the backcountry. When you're skiing at a resort, for Vail, at Vail, for example, we have 120 ski patrollers that are all working full-time to mitigate those avalanche risks within the ski area boundary. As soon as you go under that road, through one of those backcountry access gates and leave the ski area, then you get none of that, and you're completely reliant on having done your homework and understanding what the snowpack looks like and training with the gear in case things go wrong and having that right partner with you too.
Because once you guys get out of the gates of the resort, right, you're now in the territory for the Sheriff's Department and Mountain Rescue, and those guys have to stage and come out to get you, and that just takes longer.
Exactly, and that is part of the partnership that we have with the Summit County and Eagle County Search and Rescue groups, that we're available as a resource for them, but you're right, that takes time.
So, if people are interested in picking up some Abbey Dog whiskey and helping to support you guys, do you guys have any events coming up, or where can they purchase it?
They're for sale at both of our tasting rooms, at our distillery in Gypsum, and then at our tasting room on Bridge Street, right when you cross the covered bridge, the first shop on the right. So they're available there retail-wise. So,
and just quick aside, easily the prettiest bar in the valley.
Thank you, my man. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. I love that, nice. Like wood coloring and everything. It's fantastic.
And the location overlooking Gore Creek right there, it's absolutely terrific. Yeah.
And you'll often catch some ski patrol hanging out there enjoying a glass after they get done with the work day. So
occasionally.
Well, fantastic, guys. Thank you so much for joining us and sharing all of this fantastic information about the Abbey Dog program and the new whiskey fundraiser. Thanks for having us.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
And thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be right back after a short break.
Good morning, Vail.
Familia de TV8, estamos muy emocionados de seguir avanzando nuestra programación en español. Recientemente tuvimos un exitoso evento donde colaboramos con nuestra comunidad para desarrollar ideas sobre nuestro contenido y nuestra programación en español. Así que muchísimas gracias a todas las personas que asistieron. Y si no tuviste la oportunidad de contribuir, aún puedes mandarme tus comentarios a través de correo electrónico. Y además te invitamos a seguir nuestras nuevas redes sociales para estar al tanto de todo nuestro contenido en español. Nos encuentras en Instagram y Facebook, @TV8 Conexión Latina, o nuestra página web tv8vail.com/Conexión Latina. Recuerda que puedes sintonizar toda la programación de TV8 a través del canal 92 de Comcast o nuestra página web tv8vail.com. TV8 is excited to continue making progress to our Spanish programming. We recently had a successful event at our studio where we collaborated with community members to develop ideas for the future of our Spanish programming. So thank you to everyone who came out. And if you didn't get a chance to contribute, you can still send me your comments via email. You can also now follow our new Spanish social media accounts on Facebook and Instagram at TV8 Conexión Latina, or our website tv8vail.com/Conexión Latina, so you can stay up to date on all our Spanish content. Remember, you can also tune in to all of our TV8 programming on Comcast Channel 92 or our website at tv8vail.com.
Well, Archer and I are going to get headed on further down the trail, but I hope you'll catch up with us a little bit later. Hi, I'm Ben Roof, and I'm one of the new hosts here at TV8. I'm so excited to share all of my explorations throughout the Vail Valley with my dog Archer, where we'll be taking you to hiking trails, biking trails, maybe we'll go rafting, fishing, or whatever else we can come up with. I'm so excited to share all of that with you in my new segment, Outdoor Adventures. Don't forget to catch up with us every day right here at TV8 Vail or at tv8vail.com, because there's always more for you on 92.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back. I don't know about you, but I absolutely love seeing tours of beautiful real estate. And we have the part 2 of the Triumph Mountain properties. Let's take a look at all of the properties they have to offer.
We are here to talk about Triumph Mountain Properties and the exquisite homes that they have in their Apex collection. So let's just jump right into it. So Mike, you had mentioned that you've got 5 homes. One could consider it's 4.
Yep.
Let's focus on one with you that is special and near and dear to your heart. How about Paragon?
So Paragon's an amazing house. It sits up at the very top of Strawberry Park. It is ski in and ski out, from the only house in the collection that is true ski in and ski out. It is off of the Elkhorn lift. Amazing outdoor living spaces, fun, like grill, casual living outdoor space, a great sort of fountain fed, it's not really a swimming pool, it's more of a half swimming pool, half oversized jacuzzi. And then the interior is just really well appointed, great property for private chefs, a walk-in refrigerator.
I saw it. I've never
right?
seen anything like it
It was pretty
before.
wild. So really set up for that kind of entertaining and that kind of management of like food and beverage. And it just an awesome setting. It actually sits, right? So you get behind the gate at Beaver Creek, you get behind the gate at Strawberry Park, and then this property has its own little gate at the top of the driveway. So you do feel kind of secluded and very private. And you're off the Elkhorn lift, like I said, so it's not highly trafficked. It's a very private, very special kind of property.
It sure is. I'm so blessed to see it myself. All your properties are special. So speaking of the next one, Erin, let's talk about the one that we're in right now here in Lions Head.
This is beautiful, 645 Forest Road. And we call it Meadow. It is beautiful. It's walkable to Lions Head Village, and then also Born Free is right out the front door to your left. So one of my favorite homes. It's 3 stories. It has great, beautiful kitchen, again, for private chefs. Hot tub. It has a separate area for a fire pit, and you can enjoy all the comforts of home. And the master bedroom is extraordinary. With it, every room does have its own shower and bath, so everyone feels like they're in a master bedroom.
Yeah, it's exquisite. It's exquisite. What I love about this place too is the lighting, the natural lighting that just flows through this home. So yeah, Meadow is it's a great name for the home. Yeah. Mike, let's talk a little bit about the one on Holden Road in Beaver Creek.
We call it Tellurium. I would honestly say it's probably one of my favorite homes in our entire collection. It's been with us the longest. We've probably been looking after that home for at least a dozen years, if not longer. It's my favorite, not least because the owners of the home are just spectacular people. But it's a cool house. It's a very family-driven kind of house. So it's got a great upper level with a big great room, a huge dining room table, and a fun little breakfast nook area. But then you go downstairs and there's a whole nother sitting area. There's a place to play games, and there's a theater room with this
That's right.
huge, big
That's
old
right.
barn door. But I think probably the thing I have the most fun explaining to people about that house is the bunk room.
That bunk room is exquisite.
Right? And it's got,
exquisite.
I call it the Pullman car.
Yes,
bedroom,
that's what I said when I walked through.
So it's just fun. You can imagine, coming with a couple of families or extended family, and all the cousins are stuck in that bedroom, right? And they all are just having a blast. And you feel bad for the people who are sleeping in the rooms on either side of them. But great house, great decor in the sense that it's kind of a fun mix of a little modern, and the family that owns it lives in Hong Kong, so there's a tiny little bit of Asian influence in some things. And just a great location. I mean,
fabulous.
Wonderful pond out in the front of the house in the summertime.
Is that pond stocked? Do you know?
It is not stocked.
Okay. But it was beautiful. Even in the winter, it's beautiful.
Which is a good thing, because there are some bears who live in that neighborhood, and they have made an appearance.
Now that would be a real experience at Triumph brings, is if the bears visit. And then the crown jewel of the Apex collection. Aaron, I know you are intimately involved with everyone and everything that happens in that, with all the other homes as well, but please tell us about Opus and Ethos.
Opus and Ethos is spectacular, and it is a beautiful home. It was the Webster home in Vail, and so it has a lot of history. The new owners are wonderful people, and it just is, I guess, the quintessential vacation chalet to stay at when you're here in Vail.
And it's located right in the center of Vail Village on Vail Road.
It is. Vail Road.
And tell us a little about the two separate but also intertwined properties. I mean, they really are one home, as Mike said earlier.
Absolutely. You do have the opportunity. You can rent the entire home, or you can rent a portion of it. So it has, if you rent the entire property, you're looking at 9 bedrooms. Yeah. And then you can also, if you have a smaller group of guests, but it's a great place to walk into Vail, walk to the lifts. There's so many cool outdoor space as well, and fireplaces. The art in it is exquisite.
It's also very kid-friendly, isn't it?
Absolutely. Very kid-friendly, has a pool, hot tub, theater room as well. Great grand kitchens. It's definitely something that you can have a large group of people, and then they have their own space as well.
So now, where do your services fit into the Apex collection? Because you're intertwined with everyone and everything that's going on in these 5 homes.
Absolutely. You have me during your stay. So if there's anything that comes up, we do pre-planning. Your vacation is something we strive for, just because it does help with the process. But any last minute requests as well, I'm a phone call away. I also greet all the guests during their stay, check in on them. There's from bringing great cinnamon rolls in the morning before you're hitting the slopes, to making sure that the refrigerator's stocked, favorite coffees, chai tea is one of the favorite things.
You also mentioned to me when we were preparing that you have housekeeping service as well as turn down service, depending on the needs of the guest, which I just found extraordinary.
Absolutely. That's one thing that we do pride with our Apex collection is housekeeping. So those luxuries with people that are used to staying at 5-star hotels get that with our homes. So they do get daily service, and turn down service as an option. So you definitely have that where you're retreating for the night. If you are having a lot of people at the house and the kitchen is being cleaned up, and your bed is being turned on when you get back from a day of skiing.
You know, the other thing that I noticed, especially with Opus, and I believe the property in Strawberry Park, is that there are also gyms, workout facilities as well, which I think was just very unique to everything that you're offering. So I wanted to make sure that everyone knew that as well. And Aaron, if there was one special additive thing that you can just tell our viewers that is very unique to Aaron and Triumph, I think just looking at your jeans is something that you could offer to your guests, right?
Thanks. Yes, we actually partner with Squash Blossom and one of a local artist, Gus Gruner, and we do jean painting. So you pick out your jeans, and we have vintage jeans for sale, or Squash Blossom does, and Gus actually comes, and he's a local artist here in town, and he paints them. So we have painting parties, and they can be set up in the home, or they can also be set up in Squash Blossom.
What a great example of unique services. And Mike, I just want to close on, many of our viewers have homes in the Valley, and I'm just wondering, is there something you'd like our viewers to maybe know about Triumph and maybe being a part of your family?
Sure. Well, we're always looking for great new relationships with property owners and with properties. It's not necessarily about being part of this collection. I think, as I said earlier, we extend a lot of what we do in these properties to all of the rest of the properties that we manage. But we're always excited and happy to spend time talking with people about the wonderful homes they've created here and the assets that they have here, this is our view of them, is people have invested sizable amounts of money here. They have an asset that needs to be taken care of, and it needs to be handled the right way.
Oh, that's a wonderful way to end the segment. So I want to thank you all for watching this special edition of Good Day Vail. And in the spirit of Triumph Mountain Properties, it is really about luxury, intuition, and the 20 years of legacy that they have brought to this valley. So please check them out on their website, check them out in the valley, and thank you so much for watching this episode, and Aaron and Mike, and your knowledge about everything Vail and the best places to stay. So stay tuned, everyone. Have a great day.
Good morning, Vail.
Join us on the Leadville Railroad. This fun-filled train ride takes you and your family on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for a half-day trip of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Book your adventure on the Leadville Railroad today at leadvillerailroad.com.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the immersion theater.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Happy Tuesday, July 19th. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot. We've got Mark Sassy giving us the tips and tricks and all things out in the community on how to best fly fish, giving us the weather updates. As always, we love having Mark with us on the show. But in today's second hour, we'll be taking a sneak peek at Vail Vibes. We'll be checking in with Mark, Teen Mom, the next chapter. So we'll have them join us and tell us all about the latest and greatest as we head to their season premiere tomorrow night, and then adventures in coaching, small champions, and much more here on our second hour of Good Morning Vail. It starts right now.
Get up, get ready to start your day. The mountains are calling you out to play. Come on, we'll make you feel right at home. Good morning, Vail. See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Hey everybody, welcome back to hour number 2 of our Tuesday edition of Good Morning Vail. Down here on the river, sun is out now. It's starting to warm up. It's going to warm up pretty fast when that sun makes its way up and over the hillsides here. Clear skies to start. We have a little bit of moisture maybe later today, but I think over the next few days we're setting it up for a good chance for maybe some afternoon thunderstorms. We're going to keep our fingers crossed. We're going to see a high for Vail today of about 85 degrees. Temperatures in the mid-60s in Vail right now. It's going to warm up pretty fast here too. We'll see around noontime 79 degrees. We have a 10% chance of some moisture, not much today, mostly sunny skies to start. And then we have some cloudy skies rolling in later today. Your hourly forecast, warm towards the mid to the end of the day. 80 degrees around 4 p.m. We'll see 75 tonight at 8 p.m. And then we'll have mostly cloudy skies as we wrap up the day today for Tuesday. Denver today, 95 degrees with a 20% chance of moisture. For Vail, 85 degrees for the high temperature with a 10% chance. A 10% chance of moisture for Avon also and Eagle. Avon coming in with a high of 88. Eagle coming in with a high of 92 later on today. This evening, low about 55 degrees, pretty mild night. Sun setting at 8:32. We'll have a 20% chance of maybe some cloud cover rolling on in. There will be cloudy skies over the course of the late evening, early morning for Wednesday. And then looking at that 5-day, Wednesday, 81 degrees for a high temperature in Vail with a 50% chance of those afternoon thunderstorms. For Thursday, 81 again for a high temperature in Vail with another 50% chance, afternoon thunderstorms. So a few days of maybe a little bit of possibilities for some rain. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 80. And then we're going to have 82, then 85 for the high on Sunday. Temperatures stabilizing. All right, a lot going on around Vail right now, a lot all the time. Just music alone, we go from R&B at the Amp, we go to Bravo, the New York Philharmonic, we go to Vail Jazz. There's just something for everybody all the time. And Avija has her hands on the pulse, on the vibe, so to speak, of what's going on. She has a segment called Vail Vibes, and this segment is all about activities and events for coming up for this week. Let's take a listen to Vail Vibes.
Hi friends, welcome to Vail Vibes. I'm Avija Scarborough. Well, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Summertime in Vail is a spectacular time. And right now, we're right in the middle of all the action. Every Wednesday are Summer Art Walks, a free 1-hour public art tour of Vail each Wednesday until August 30th. The tour winds its way through the village with discussions on the history of the Vail Valley, the founding of Vail Mountain, and the importance of specific art pieces. The town's public art collection includes over 70 works. The tour meets at 11 a.m. at the Vail Village Welcome Center. Live jazz continues with the 29th Annual Vail Jazz Festival. July 20th, performing for the first time in Vail are the String Queens. The show will be at the Jazz Tent at Vail Square from 6 to 8 p.m., bringing the audience a display of jazz and soul music unlike anything Vail Square has seen before. And if you want to keep the party going, right after the String Queens is the free Vail Jazz Club series, Howard's Hangout at Tavern on the Square at 8 p.m.
Tucked inside the Arabelle Hotel, the Tavern is home to Howard's Hangout on Thursday evenings after the headliner concert. It's a cozy, intimate place to get a drink or meal and get up close to the Drew Zaremba Quartet immediately following each Vail Square headliner performance. Opening night for the New York Philharmonic at Bravo Vail is Wednesday, July 19th at the Amp, where they will be performing Chick Corea's Trombone Concerto. On Friday, July 21st, they'll perform Sibelius, and on July 22nd will be the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets in concert. The Sustainable Landscaping Series at the Betty Ford Alpine Gardens continues on July 21st from 4 to 6 with an event covering crevice gardening with Kent and Seth. And for you foodies out there, the Vail Farmers Market Farm to Table Dinner will be happening on July 21st. The Farm to Table dinners are chef-crafted and sourced from the fields of Colorado farmers, featuring seasonal and local ingredients. Dinner will be held rain or shine, so please dress accordingly and bring your sense of outdoor culinary adventure. It'll be held at the International Bridge at 6 p.m. And if you can't make this one, the next one is on August 4th.
That's it for today, friends. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Avisha Scarborough. And if you want to see more Vail Vibes, follow our Instagram at Vail Vibes TV8. Thanks so much again, and we'll see you next time.
Good morning, Vail.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Do you love the outdoor lifestyle? Make sure you tune in every day at 7 p.m. to catch Scoreboard Nation. It's an outdoor lifestyle show dedicated to your 3 favorite mountain towns, Vail, Beaver Creek, Park City, and Reno, Tahoe. Join us for an incredible venture. Find us on TV8 Vail, Park City Television, or at thescoreboardnation.com. We can't wait to see you there.
For TV8 in Vail, I'm Avisha Scarborough at the Gerald R. Ford Amphitheater. We'll see you next time. Hi friends, welcome to a little behind the scenes. I'm Avisha Scarborough, and I'm so excited to be part of the team at TV8 in Vail. I love the outdoor lifestyle here, I love the arts and culture, and I love being part of this community. My show is called Vail Vibes with Avisha, where I tell you about all the amazing activities going on here in Vail and surrounding areas all year round.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Good morning, Vail.
All right, time now for a little fishing action. We have a little bit of time. I told you before that I tied on that Chernobyl. This is a chubby Chernobyl, which is going to act as my strike indicator, and a big old hopperish looking dry fly. Behind that, I dropped a small little caddis larva with a little bit of weight. So the hopper dropper, I'm going to cast it out into the river and see if I can't entice any fish to come and eat it. You never know. I did not wear my waders today. I should have worn the waders because flows are still up a little bit, so I can't get out there as far as I want to be able to get. Could be a lot worse though. It's nice out here right now. And we may find a few fish. I don't know if you can see my indicator fly, my hopper floating down the river, but that's going to act as my indicator instead of using a strike indicator or a bobber, believe it or not. And this area down here on the Eagle River, the open space, I just had a fish come up and try to eat that. Fish has tried to pop up and eat that hopper. Let's see if we can get him again. But water temps are perfect for these fish. They're starting to wake up for the day. There's a lot of little bugs in the sky. I just saw a hummingbird buzzing around, feeding, having some breakfast on all these small flies. Let's see if we can find a fish to do the same exact thing. That would be awesome. But really, it's a great time to get out and do some fishing. It's a great time to get out and go for a hike, play some golf, go for a bike ride. There are plenty of options around Eagle County, and with a slight chance of rain maybe tomorrow, pack a light rain jacket and get out there and just kind of make the most of it. Add plenty of sunscreen into your daily repertoire. Oh, we just had another fish there try to eat it. Keep missing that little stinker over there. Good fishing though right now, you guys. Boy, it's a great way to kind of challenge your brain. Well worth giving it a shot, all right? I'm going to keep fishing. We're going to take a quick break, and we have a Zoom interview with part of the team from a reality show called Teen Moms. We'll be right back after this short break.
Good morning, Vail.
Hello everyone, now is the time to refresh your floors. I'm Mandy Benedict. I'd love to invite you into our showroom to explore our 12,000 square foot showroom where you can view all different floors installed, see what it looks like in a larger space. One of our greatest growing products is waterproof wood flooring, which for our environment with kids and dogs and ski boot and our mountain lifestyle, this is a great flooring option. I brought one of the planks with me today. They're nice, long, wide planks. They're embossed on grain, so they look beautiful, but they perform really well in our mountain lifestyle. We have all employee installers. They've been working for over a decade with us, and we have a lifetime installation warranty. So not only do we make sure that the client gets what they want, we know what this climate needs. We have beautiful reclaimed floors, herringbone, really anything that you're looking for to update your home or your business. We have it at Rugs Benedict. We provide free estimates. So come in and visit us in the store. We'd love to see you.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now we have two of the stars of the long-standing series on MTV, Teen Mom, The Next Chapter. We've got Jade and Leah joining us today to talk about where they are in their lives, what to expect ahead of the upcoming series premiere tomorrow night on MTV. Jade and Leah, thank you so much for joining us. How are you ladies this morning?
Good, thanks for having us.
So, Jade, I want to jump in with you. Tell me, what can fans expect on your storyline this season?
I feel like it's a lot of up and down. I feel like there's some really awesome, like, positive moments, but I feel like there's some parts that are just, like, gut-wrenching, honestly. There's some parts that I look back and, you know, memories that I'll keep for a lifetime, and it's really amazing to know that MTV was shooting a lot of these moments in my life and these moments that I needed, you know, closure.
I think it's so unique that you all, it's one, thank you for sharing your lives with us, and also just to be able to document all of that. Because for you, Jade, you've had some really exciting things. I think based on some of the articles, you're recently engaged, so you're in the midst of wedding planning. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so on top of everything else going on with this new season, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on with my parents, you know, a lot of stuff going on with our home and moving, and Chloe's about to start school. On top of all that, we're planning the wedding. The wedding is just in a couple months, so I feel like we're getting really close. But I mean, it feels like so much has happened. So I feel like you have to tune in, because I think like every episode, there's going to be something different going on my storyline. I did a lot of traveling. I shared a lot of really like raw, vulnerable moments, and I don't know, it was an emotional journey, and it sometimes makes me forget that like, hey, I'm about to get married in a couple months. Like sometimes the wedding planning stuff almost like was in the background because I had so much other things going on in my life with my family.
So it's very exciting stuff that you have happening. Now, Leah, tell us a little bit about you. What are the latest and greatest updates, and what can we expect for you?
I think that you'll see a lot of lighthearted moments with me and my girls. You'll also see a checkup appointment with Allie. She's doing great, and you'll get to see what the doctor says at that appointment and how equine therapy has benefited her in so many ways. And then you'll see some challenges. You'll see some challenges in my story this season. Everyone will just have to tune in to see. I'm excited, but also nervous.
So, Leah, just based on what we've learned about you, it sounds like this is really a time for you to really dig in and find yourself. Tell us a little bit more about that journey and what we can expect as we head into the season.
I don't think that you ever fully find yourself. I think you're always evolving. You're always finding that next version of who you are, and you just got to press into that. Keep pressing into that and keep growing, keep evolving, and keep going.
I think it's really impressive. You have a memoir coming out as well, and just seeing everything that you've done. We've watched you essentially grow up and really develop into this incredible woman that you are. So thank you for sharing those stories for us. Now, ladies, where can we go for more information to find out how to watch the show, what to expect, where to keep up with other castmates as well? Leah, will you tell us where we can go to watch more of the show? Oh, no problem.
You watch the show on MTV, and the premiere is Wednesday at 8 p.m., July 19th.
Awesome.
Check it out, guys.
And Jade, any last minute things that you want to tell your audience and your fans what to expect?
I don't know. Shoes ready. It was really emotional for me.
Well, it's got to be exciting for you to be able to share your story with the world finally. So, ladies, thank you so much for jumping on air and telling us about the upcoming season tomorrow night on MTV, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be the beginning, the first episode drop. So thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck to you this season.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Now, stay tuned. We have a lot more here in studio on Good Morning Vail. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
It's that time where we're talking Sun and Ski Sports Product of the Week. Now, if you like to get out there and enjoy the trails on your bike, well, it's really important that you keep your head nice and safe. And so right now, I've got the Giro Manifest Spherical in front of me. Now, this helmet has some fancy new technology. The spherical part is progressive layering with dual density liners to address high and low impact speed. So you can see as I wiggle the top of the helmet, it is fully moving. Now, this helmet also comes equipped with MIPS, which stands for Multi-Directional Impact Protection System, which keeps your brain just extra safe when you're out there riding. And if you do happen to have one of those accidents, well, then it will help you stay nice and safe. This helmet has a lot of really nice features. It has the wind tunnel ventilation on it, making it so that you stay cool when you're out there enjoying your nice ride. So I'm going to flip this helmet right around to the front so you can see all of those nice wind tunnel vents. Now, another great feature of this helmet is it has a movable visor. That way you can protect yourself from the sun as needed in any direction. Now, another great feature of this helmet is if you're right in between sizes, don't worry, it has an adjustable fit in the back, making it nice and convenient for you to get this helmet on your head to fit any shape. Now, you can check out this helmet at Sun and Ski Sports. Now, they have so many convenient locations, or you can shop online at their website at sunandski.com. That way you can keep yourself nice and safe out there on the trails. We want to thank them so much for bringing you this product of the week. We've got more after this.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Each week on The Tech Show, you can look forward to the latest in technology and how you can use it too. We'll also chat with leading experts, and you'll find out if the latest gadget will take my money or not. Don't miss The Tech Show. Tech your local listings.
Good morning, Vail.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. That was some good information about, let me just adjust my camera, Teen Moms and their season premiere coming out tomorrow night. Sounds like that show has been watched by millions for a long time. So I want to thank them for coming into our lives here in the Vail Valley. Check them out tomorrow. It's a great story, and Kim did a great job on that interview. I get to be out here fishing on the river today. We got better fishing right around the corner as the day warms up, and it really is spectacular here. And once again, you can fish year-round here in the mountains. There's no closed season. The most important piece of fishing is making sure that you've purchased a fishing license. I work at the shop in Minturn, and we have people come in all the time that I feel like they've already been fishing for days, and they realize that they need to get a fishing license because they don't realize that it's illegal to fish without a fishing license. But it's the same as driving a car without having a driver's license. All right, I'm going to keep fishing here. We do these segments on TV. It's all about coaching. We do a lot of stuff about finding the right employees and holding on to the right employees. We have a great segment coming up. It's called Adventures in Coaching once again. And it's about taking a different perspective on looking at the problem, whatever the problem is. And you can use this in your everyday life too. It's just reframing the structure, reframing the foundation of the problem to see it a little bit differently, to make somebody get a better grasp on how to address it, how to handle it, and how to adjust and adapt from it. Let's take a look. Adventures in Coaching, reframing the problem.
I am joined now on the couch by Kim Smith of Adventures in Coaching to share with us some more advice on how to improve our careers. So welcome to the show, Kim.
Thanks so much, Ben. It's great to be back.
Well, it's great to have you again with some more fantastic advice for us. So last time you were on, we were talking a little bit about teams and how to kind of get teams oriented a little bit and help them succeed. But we're shifting gears a little bit once more to talk about problems. So we encounter problems in our careers all the time, but they don't necessarily need to be a bad thing, do they?
Not necessarily, although I think a lot of people think they are, right? Oh gosh, the problems are so difficult or insurmountable. How do I get over them?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly can be a thing, but a lot of problems can present us with opportunities too, right?
Yes.
They force us to make change,
Mm-hmm.
and there's always a way to come out with some positive change.
Exactly. If you have that mindset, which is what we're going to be talking about today, is really how do we shift that, oh, this is such a big problem and I don't know what to do, and therefore we get stuck often when we're in that problem versus looking at something as an opportunity and reframing it as that. I just love this topic because so many of us, whether we're in business or whether it's our personal lives, we can take a look at, anything from this new framework.
Well, and even if it's not necessarily a problem, it can still be an overwhelming task. So in the event that you are facing with a monumental issue, a big problem, how do you recommend starting to tackle something like that?
Yeah, that's the issue, isn't it? So, and I like to say, rather than issues or problems, I like to say challenges, actually. If you can start reframing it by looking at it as a challenge, it no longer has such a negative connotation. And then when you start asking yourself, well, hey, is there another way to look at this? What is the opportunity? And oftentimes we really can't. We're so used to being in that problem and maybe even, down about it, or maybe even in that place where sort of like have this victim thinking where, oh, poor me, I can't do anything about this. Sometimes it's hard to start looking at things as opportunities, and that is where a coach can come in, or you can get feedback from others. Like, what's another angle here?
So if we're trying to change that mindset from, oh my God, this problem is so big, how am I going to get started to tackle it, to, all right, this challenge that's facing me is going to give me an opportunity to really improve my situation or improve my position at work, how would you recommend getting to that point where we're seeing something differently?
Yeah, well, it really is a multi-step process, and you just outlined a bunch of them right there, so you're totally getting this. It's awesome. So, looking at the problem or the challenge, and then thinking about it as an opportunity, and then maybe thinking, like, what are the solutions? Like, what is it that I need to do to create this opportunity, to create the solution? And then thinking about what might be different once you're in that solution. So that's a way to kind of look at it pretty far forward into, the future. I mean, it may be only one conversation away, but thinking about the difference can really help to motivate you to kind of continue looking at pushing through the problem and maybe getting out of your comfort zone a bit to ask for what you need, or maybe it's setting a boundary or coming up with some new ideas and presenting it to a leadership team.
So you're recommending a little bit of like trying to see our challenge through to the end and use that success as inspiration to help us work through.
Yes, absolutely. And I highly recommend writing these things down so that you can go back and check in and have an accountability partner. Maybe it's a friend or coworker, a manager, a coach. It just depends. But having somebody that can help you kind of think through the obstacles that might be in the way, the roadblocks that are getting in your way from being successful, and creating an opportunity from a challenge.
So as a professional coach, if I was facing a huge project and I wasn't quite sure where to start, and it was really like just the scope of the whole thing, I wasn't figuring out where to begin, and if I was, excited about the end of the project, but that's just the hurdle of the project itself, how would you as a coach kind of help me through that first step of getting the inertia needed to begin surmounting that challenge?
That's great insight that you have there, because it is about, figuring out how to take those first baby steps. And me as a coach, I don't always know what your first baby steps are, but I'm going to work with you to try and pull those out of you and then help you to take those and give you the courage, encourage you and empower you to take those steps so that you can walk through that fear. And if that fear is insurmountable, like you were talking about, like you just, you want to get to the end of the project, but you don't know how, then we talk about that fear and what that limiting belief might be that's holding you back from taking those first steps. And often if we just start taking one little step, another one will become clear as we get there. But, also having a roadmap is very important. Doesn't mean that you have to stay on that exact path the whole way, but sort of having an idea of like, okay, I do this first. Maybe I need to get a little more experience over here or some education over there, but then I can take that next step.
Well, and those roadmaps, they don't have to be every single step A to Z, right? It can be A and F, and maybe G and E and a couple together, but like sometimes we just need to get started to kind of figure out what some of those steps are.
Yeah.
So how would you recommend kind of facing those limiting beliefs and some of that fear if you've got a decent plan, but you don't have every single step of the process worked out?
Right.
And that can definitely leave some people feeling nervous.
Yeah, a lot of us like to have the answers before we start something, which I call like the problem with perfectionism. And sometimes we hold on to like, I'm not going to do anything until the plan is perfect, until I have it all figured out. I'm not willing to go A to F, right? I want to go A, B, C, D. So it's the problem with perfectionism. And can you let yourself, off the hook a little bit and say like, it's going to be good enough. Even if I just take these few steps, maybe I'll run into some more roadblocks and maybe it won't be right. Maybe I'll make a mistake, but that's okay. Because half the fun of the journey is kind of going off trail, right? And maybe like, oh gosh, I'm a little bit lost. And then you find your way back again and think how good you feel once you've maybe done a little diversion and found something you weren't expecting.
Well, and it's hard to learn without those little diversions, those extra challenges too. I mean, something that I've always faced in my life is I am cripplingly perfectionist. Like I am
That's why you smiled when I said that.
People, exactly. I'm 100% one of those people who I have to drill it into myself to not let perfect be the enemy of the good.
Yeah.
And there's so many times it's like, man, I'm not quite sure this will be perfect. I got to start anyway. I just got to do it anyway. And it sounds to me like reaching out to you is a great way to kind of help bridge that gap and help get a little bit of outside motivation and outside help if we're really having a hard time getting over that little bit of a hump, that little bit of a limiting belief.
Right, and that little bit of limiting belief might end up being a bigger limiting belief that's affecting you in a lot of different places, and a coach can help you to uncover what that is and to come up with plans so that when you hear that limiting belief talking to you, you can be like, oh, there it is, rather than sit in procrastination or sit in, feeling down about something. Like, oh, there it is. Now here's what I need to do.
To help identify that voice in your own head and tell it to be quiet when it needs to be.
Right. Thank you very much. But we're moving forward.
Right. So if anybody needs some help finding out their limiting beliefs or helping to get over them a little bit, how can they reach out to you?
So I can be reached at kim@adventuresandcoaching.com or just go to my website, adventuresandcoaching.com, and I have a little form that you can fill out and send me more information about what you're looking for and what your challenges and what you think your opportunities might be. So love to hear from you.
Well, fantastic. Kim Smith of Adventures in Coaching, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Ben.
And we'll be right back after a short break with a little bit more show for you right after this.
Yeah. Everybody, welcome back to the show. Let's take a look at your weather for the day. For Tuesday, the 19th day of July, sunshine. We've seen sunshine for over a month straight now with no moisture. We're going to start seeing some moisture hopefully tomorrow. Today we'll see a high temperature of 85 in Vail with a 10% chance, mostly sunny skies. Temperatures midday, once again, mid-80s, dropping to about 75 tonight at 8 o'clock. Denver temperatures today, 95, with a 20% chance of maybe a passing shower. For Vail, Avon, and Eagle, upper 80s, low 90s, with a 10% chance of moisture. And then tonight we'll see a low of about 55 degrees, a 20% chance of moisture, cloudy skies, sun setting at about 8:32. And then for Wednesday and Thursday, temperatures 81 degrees both days with a 50% chance of maybe some afternoon thunderstorms. And then Friday, 80 degrees with a 20% chance, mostly sunny for Friday. Mostly sunny with a 10% chance of moisture in Vail and a high of 82 on Saturday. And then a high of 85 on Sunday with a 10% chance. We have a little bit of moisture coming our way on Wednesday, tomorrow, and Thursday. Hopefully we'll get a little bit of rain coming down, just a little bit, afternoon thunderstorms, 50%. So that's a pretty good likelihood that we might see a little bit of rain somewhere around Eagle County. But that's a look at your forecast. We have a quick break from our Tuesday edition. When we come back, Kim's in the studio on the couch with Small Champions. We'll be right back.
Good morning, Vail.
Familia de TV8, estamos muy emocionados de seguir avanzando nuestra programación en español. Recientemente tuvimos un exitoso evento donde colaboramos con nuestra comunidad para desarrollar ideas sobre nuestro contenido y nuestra programación en español. Así que muchísimas gracias a todas las personas que asistieron. Y si no tuviste la oportunidad de contribuir, aún puedes mandarme tus comentarios a través de correo electrónico. Y además te invitamos a seguir nuestras nuevas redes sociales para estar al tanto de todo nuestro contenido en español. Nos encuentras en Instagram y Facebook, @TV8 Conexión Latina, o nuestra página web tv8vel.com/Conexión Latina. Recuerda que puedes sintonizar toda la programación de TV8 a través del canal 92 de Comcast o nuestra página web tv8vel.com. TV8 is excited to continue making progress to our Spanish programming. We recently had a successful event at our studio where we collaborated with community members to develop ideas for the future of our Spanish programming. So thank you to everyone who came out. And if you didn't get a chance to contribute, you can still send me your comments via email. You can also now follow our new Spanish social media accounts on Facebook and Instagram @TV8 Conexión Latina, or our website tv8vel.com/Conexión Latina, so you can stay up to date on all our Spanish content. Remember, you can also tune in to all of our TV8 programming on Comcast Channel 92 or our website at tv8vel.com.
Here at Sun and Ski Sports, we are all about having the best summer adventures. Our full-service bike shop is here to help you get back on the saddle with services ranging from simple tire changes, full bike overhauls, and rentals. If trail running, hiking, or trips to the lake are your thing, our expert staff will fit you in the best performing footwear or clothing. And don't forget about a relaxing day on the water with our stand-up paddleboard rentals. Call Sun and Ski Sports in Avon or Dillon today, or learn more at sunandski.com/CO.
Hello, everyone. I'm Raisa Pascal.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. Welcome to Life, Love, Shopping. Have any personal stories you can share?
Do I? Yes, I do.
So even though you work for some good deals, too good to miss on flash deals now. Check this out.
Studies show spending time outdoors can help with depression, lowering blood pressure, and overall health and happiness.
Join us on the Leadville Railroad. This fun-filled train ride takes you and your family on an unforgettable trip through the heart of the Rockies for a half-day trip of adventure, relaxation, and sightseeing. Enjoy the spectacular Colorado scenery. Even meet the engineer. Book your adventure on the Leadville Railroad today at leadvillerailroad.com.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Now, you may be wondering, we've got an exciting team joining us here in studio. Lots of good things happening here in the Valley. The team of Small Champions is joining us. I've got John, Kenzie, and Jackson joining me today. So how are the three of you?
Good morning.
Great to have you here on the show. It's very exciting. I love the work that you do. And so, John, I'd like to start with you. You're executive director. Tell us a bit about Small Champions and the mission.
Yes, thanks. It's great to be here with you guys and talking about Small Champions. First of all, we're an Eagle County nonprofit. We've been in existence since 1996, so we're in our 27th year. We do year-round sports and recreation for Eagle County kids with challenges, cognitive or physical disabilities.
That's amazing. And so you've been a part of it, and you're also an instructor. Tell me a little bit more about you.
Yeah, I originally was a volunteer for Small Champions. That's how I kind of got started in it. And I've been a ski instructor here at Vail for 37 years, so an adaptive instructor. And just in the last 10 years, I've become the executive director of Small Champions. So it's been a great journey. It's a great organization, great people that work with it. We have great kids that we work with, so it's been a blast. It's been great.
Exciting. That's really exciting. And now, Kenzie, you are program director. Tell me a bit about what that entails.
Yeah, so I also started as a ski instructor with Small Champions, and I'm still a ski instructor with Small Champions about 9 years ago.
Okay, great.
And then 2 years ago, I became the program manager. So it's really neat to see it from the top down now and see how it's run and all the hard work that's put into this great program.
That's incredible. And Jackson, you have been with Small Champions for a long time. So tell me about you. Tell me a little bit about yourself and what you're doing.
So I've been with Small Champions since I was 5 years old.
And you're 16 now?
Yes, I'm about to turn 17, so almost 12 years.
Wow.
And mainly what I take part in the program is their skiing in the winter, because that's my favorite sport. It's something that I just love to do, and I'm so thankful that John and Kenzie have been able to put the program on and let me do what I love.
That's amazing. So you've been with it almost 12 years. You've probably seen a lot of changes and have met a ton of people. What has been your favorite part so far?
It's really cool to see that when I started, there was probably only 20-something kids, and now there's over 70. So it's really cool just to see how the program grows over time and how many people are being helped. And I don't know the word for it, but you know what they're doing.
It's just really special.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I bet you've made a lot of friends throughout the
Definitely.
years. So you've been with it for almost 12 years, but you're also becoming more involved, not just a participant. So talk to me a little bit about your new role as a mentor. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I do volunteering in the summer camps for the kids that are younger. I just hang out with them for a week, go and do Adventure Ridge, horseback riding, that kind of thing, and I just get to hang out with them for the day.
Awesome.
So I went from being one of them to helping them.
That's amazing. And you probably also still get to have some fun in the process of
course.
it. Absolutely. So how old are the kids that you're spending time with? What's the age range?
6 to like 12, I would say, is mostly what the age is.
Okay. And so when you began the program, did you start at the age of 5 as a skier, or how did you get involved?
So yeah, I started when I was 5 at just like a little bucket, and I got cruised around on the mountain, and here I am now.
And you fell in love with the cold air in your face
Yep.
and the snow. That's how I feel about skiing and snowboarding as well.
And now the kids really look up to him too. It's neat to see.
That's great. So
Jackson is in his mono ski, and he's very accomplished at it. So it's great to watch him.
That's incredible.
Sometimes you'll see him in the park in the going off the kickers on his mono ski.
That's amazing. That's cool. That's really. I'm sure your parents are always like, don't do
They love
anything
it.
too
They
crazy,
love
but
it.
they're also super proud of you. That's exciting. So do you get to like ski with new kids as well?
Yeah, I usually do get to ski with the kids that are coming, but sometimes I just go off on my own and do my own thing because they're not as high level as I am, and I do a lot of different stuff.
Sure.
But I will definitely go ski with them because I think it's fun to just hang out with the kids and
Give them a little encouragement
Yeah.
and something to aspire to.
because some of them are just there to hang out and they don't really like to ski, but then some of them will see me skiing and it'll make them want to get on the mountain, and that's really what I want, is for kids to be able to ski.
I'd say you're an inspiration to everybody for sure. Lots of people are scared to ski, so that's really cool that you're doing that. Now, Kenzie, tell me a little bit about the upcoming winter season. Are there programs in process right now? Are we enrolling for programs? Tell me more.
Yeah, we're really starting to grow our programs, and winter especially, we had 1 day of Nordic skiing, so that was really fun. So we really want to expand that program and get more kids involved in that, and also ice skating. So we just continue to add to our programs and keep trying to help as many kids as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So talk to me about the programs. Who runs them? How many instructors? Is it a volunteer opportunity?
Yes, we have 11 different programs, summer and winter, and it's really neat to be able to offer year-round support to all of these kids and really find a sport that the kids like and offer a variety of sports and have options for these kids to try something new all the time and every season.
Absolutely. Now, how do kids get involved? Like, do they have to apply to be part of it? Is it you can just show up on first day, try a class for free kind of situation?
We do have a pretty extensive application process and work with special education teachers and just make sure that they're a good fit for the program.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Now, John, talk to me a little bit about the program, about Small Champions, and how do you have sponsorship? How do you keep the doors running?
Right.
Tell me more about it.
Right. Well, we're a 501c3, and we are supported by individuals, foundations. So it's all through donation. We fundraise extensively throughout the year. So we do have coming up one of our annual events. We've got our 19th annual Small Champions Golf Tournament and Auction.
Wow.
So we've been doing that for quite a while now. And that's been a very big success. So that's coming up in September at Red Sky. But we do a number of different fundraising things throughout the year. We have different organizations within the community that we work with. Mm-hmm. Like Debo will do a fundraiser for us in the winter. They do a Highline vertical challenge where the young Debo kids, they get pledges to see how many times they can do Highline. So there's some really great things.
A double black run on Vail Mountain.
Yeah, a double black diamond bump run. But
even I'm scared of that one.
Yeah, so we're always fundraising. We're part of the Eagle County Gives groups for the Colorado Gives Day. So that comes up in December, first Tuesday in December. So yeah, I mean, we're always looking for folks that are interested in what we do. You can find us at smallchampions.org. That's our website. You can contact us. Kenzie and I are always looking for volunteers that want to come work with us. Our contractors, people that provide our services, from equine therapy to swim lessons to golf to the skiing that we do, they're all folks that are certified and trained and working with kids with disabilities. So we're always looking for folks to come join us, whether it's volunteer or if you have those skills, we look for you to come join us and help our kids. We're expanding. We're over 70 kids now. We are probably less than halfway what we estimate in Eagle County that would qualify for us. So.
Wow. So lots of room for expansion.
Yeah. We want all kids that don't have the opportunity to participate in these things to join us. So.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Now, in regard to the instructors, do you offer, let's say there is a ski instructor that wants to become certified and they want to be part of the program. Is there a partnership to do that, or do you guide them in the right direction for resources?
We do. So we partner with Vail Resorts, and we use Vail Beaver Creek instructors for our winter ski and snowboard ride program. We, along with other organizations, we encourage the certification path within PSIA, within the Professional Ski Instructors of America. There's an adaptive tract. So we provide incentive for folks to start on that track and become certified in whatever discipline it is. There's equipment use, there's working with kids with cognitive and visual or hearing impaired. So there's a tract within professional ski instructors for them to learn how to teach that and get certified in that. So
that's great. Now, Kenzie, tell me, how did you become involved? Because you started as an instructor, and where did your passion develop it and grow into the role that you are now?
Yeah, 9 years ago, I started as an adaptive instructor, and I thought I was only going to be there for 1 year, and really fell in love with it. So it's really cool to still be here now, and I feel like that happens a lot. We've had a lot of instructors that have been with us for a really long time, and skiing with the same kid, and they really build this awesome rapport and relationship with each other. So it's really neat to see.
That's really great. Now, Jackson, what advice would you give to somebody who's interested in trying, but they're still a little bit nervous to do so?
Do it. Don't hesitate. I know it might be frightening or scary to try something new, but I guarantee that when they try it, they're going to have an awesome time. Not just with the activity, but the environment as well. All the people are great. Everything they're doing is awesome. They're going to have a good time, so I recommend that they try it.
That's great. So 17, you're about to be. So tell me a little bit about what your plans are and next steps for you.
Out of high school, I think I want to go get my EMT certification and work here in the Valley as a paramedic.
Awesome.
That's my dream job and what I'm going to pursue.
That's great. And I'm sure seeing all kinds of people on the mountain has probably really fueled that passion for you as well. That's wonderful. Now, John, tell us where we can go for more information, any events that you have coming up, volunteer opportunities, and sponsorships.
Like I said, our website is smallchampions.org. Our contact information is there. The phone number is mine, the email is mine, Kenzie. So there's an opportunity on that page to contact us if you want to volunteer or whatever reason. So that's a good way to go. Obviously, we're located here locally. Our office is in Edwards, and we're always out in the community. So right now we're actually at the Riverwalk Band by the River. We're the nonprofit for that Friday night event through August. So you can come see us Friday nights down 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock music starts at Riverwalk. But we're always out there. We like calls. We'll see people out in the community. So go to smallchampions.org and contact us.
Well, I love on the website you can literally meet every individual member of the team and hear your bios and your passion for getting involved.
And you'll
really
see there's some good video of Jackson on there too.
So we've got the star player joining us in studio today. To be very humble about it, sounds like you're really doing some incredible things, Jackson. Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you all coming onto the show today. I think what you're doing is wonderful. It's just so cool to see all people out on the mountain and enjoying it and in all capacities, whether it's summer or wintertime sports. So it's great work that you guys are doing, and it's really exciting to hear about your mentorship, Jackson, so that's very cool. Now, stay tuned. We have a little bit left on today's show. We'll be talking about weather, all the great things that we've talked about here on Good Morning Vail. We'll be right back after this.
Good morning, Vail.
When you're in Vail, you're in vacation mode, and you need a flexible home tour experience that fits into your schedule. We've transformed how you view and buy homes in the Vail Valley. With immersive, cutting-edge technology, you can explore properties 10 times faster. In our lounge, we guide you through this digital world on a 16-foot screen where you can imagine your next home in comparison to your favorite recreational spots. Say goodbye to multi-day home tours and hello to a quick stop between your other plans. That's the power of the Immersion Theater.
Welcome aboard. Bobby Laurie and Nikki Noya have your ticket to everything you need for an on-the-go lifestyle. Grab your boarding pass. It's time to jet set.
Did you know that all Eagle County residents and visitors can get a free Eagle Valley Library District card? All you need is a photo ID. You get our online databases and resources, free music, free streaming, all from wherever you have internet access. Free audiobooks and e-audiobooks straight to your phone. Go into your Eagle Valley Library District branch today and get your library card.
Nap Harvest, your local marketplace for fresh, locally produced products. Our indoor farmers market is open 7 days a week, featuring locally grown organic produce, prepared meals, honey from our Nap Nectar hive, furniture, cutting boards, and much more. We source and sell locally grown and produced products from the Vail and Roaring Fork Valleys. Visit us at our new location in Eagle Ranch, 717 Sylvan Lake Road, next door to Color Coffee Roasters.
Eyepieces of Vail has been a fixture in the Vail community for over 30 years. From designer frames and sunglasses to high-performance sports frames, prescription goggles, and in-demand accessories like helmets, goggle lenses, and foldable reading glasses, our inventory raises the optical bar. Visit one of our 7 locations today and see why generations of loyal customers return time after time for our unmatched service and inventory. Eyepieces, the art of vision.
Good morning, Vail.
Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot. Thank you to Mark for handling the weather for me all throughout the show today. But let's have a quick look at today's weather. As you can see, high of 64 at 8 a.m., 85 at the highest, rain 10% chance, wind going to about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Throughout the valley, we'll have a high of 95 in Denver, 20% chance of rain. We are really hoping and crossing our fingers that we'll get a little bit of that afternoon storm. Vail 10%, 85 degrees. Eagle 92 degrees, a little bit of cloud coverage, 10% chance of precipitation. Avon, a little bit cooler here where the studio is, 88 degrees and 10% chance. Let's take a quick look at what is happening throughout the night tonight. Low of 55, 20% chance of rain, better than nothing. Winds up to 10 miles per hour. Sunset at 8:32. Now we had just an incredible show here today on Good Morning Vail. Really enjoyed all of the conversations that we had. Mark showing us all the things about fly fishing, all the different ways that you can really kind of capture what you're trying to. Plus getting out and about in the community is always wonderful. Vail Vibes telling us what's happening here this weekend. And then personally, I really enjoyed having Small Champions joining me in studio, talking to Jackson, who's been part of the event since he was 5 years old, and he's going to be 17. It's really incredible work. Lots of awesome opportunities there for volunteering and sponsorship. And then Teen Moms, the release of their new season tomorrow night on MTV at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Lots happening. Adventures in coaching, how to be better in business and in life. And then, as always, Avidog Whisky. We love local things here. Stay tuned. We have so much more on tomorrow's show. It is Wednesday, July 20th. It's going to be an exciting one, so you don't want to miss it. Make sure that you set those alarms. You're up and you're viewing and joining us at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. I'm your host, Kimberly Perot. See you tomorrow.
See what lies in store for you. There's so many things to see and do. Summer, winter, spring, or fall. Your home in the Rockies has it all. So get up, get ready to start your day. The coffee's brewing, you're on your way. The fun is waiting outside your door. Good morning, Vail.
Are you looking for exciting and nutritious recipes to cook at home? Watch Colorful Cooking